Hello, YouTube says we're live. It's approximately 8:14 p.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin, and the date is the 4th of September. What I'm going to be doing is, if anybody pops in, I'm going to be going. That didn't make no sense. I'm going to be riding on the back of some of these other channels that have live streams going on. Protest across the country. I'm sure so many of you all are getting tired of watching it. Me, myself, yes, but I haven't done this. I'm going to do it one night. And let's see if the channel's up. Because I don't see anybody in the chat. I don't see anybody in the chat. All right, we got two in the house. Ellie's Life. What's shaking, sister? How's the Philippines going? Sister Lisa Webby, much love. God bless you all the time. How your boys holding up? If you don't mind me asking, how are they coping with having to wear a mask over their face if they're not leaving home? Kelly Kabuski's in the house. Meg's Reality, Really TV. I don't know if I said that right. Kelly Kabuski, Brother Michael Gale, bam. AB's in the house. I thought it was past your bedtime, AB. I thought for sure, because I almost gave you a text message, and I seen what time it was. I remember when we were in kindergarten, we used to go to sleep about this time, but you stuck with it, so that's good. Eric, who knows what's shaking bacon? Force 1-3. How you doing, brother? I don't know if you're a sister. How you doing? Work some overtime there, AB. You know, you're working all that overtime. I think you need to be friendly, and I'll give you Locked and Loaded's his PayPal account. One thing I just saw this. I found it. People a long time before I took my hiatus. This right here is a letter from Wounded Warriors when we raise money for Wounded Warriors. And got a sticker, and I got somewhere over here. I got at the bottom, a handwritten letter. Handwritten letter from Wounded Warriors. This is by far one of my favorite pieces. And then once again, I still have the me, Big Precious, and Action Jackson. We took that picture the day we shot all the targets, and we raised a good amount of money for Wounded Warriors. So I just happened to come across them today. I thought I'd show them to you. And shout out to everyone. Meg's Real TV again. Sister Ellie. Sister Janet Bolt's in the house. If I said your name already, I took my sleeping meds. Love Pugs in the house. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mirror the I believe it's Blazing Press. Might be somebody else. Saul Goodman in the house. What's shaking, bacon? What's shaking, bacon? Hey, I got 10 pounds of meth I need to sell. Help me out there. Don't forget to call Saul. I need to GoFundMe because I'm so sexy in a wig. You know what, AB? I think maybe you might create a GoFundMe for other people, because when you wear that wig, it's amazing. And women throw dollar bills at you left and right. And so you should share the love there. Josephine, how you doing? God bless you. I believe I saw you earlier on a different stream, and I had to jump off and take care of some things. Bad Boy Channel. Good to see you again as well. I love this emoji. Old Trump, boy. Trump's a badass. I got a gnat flying on my screen. AB, I'm going to play this little bit of. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to play. Oh, some of the riots. Without further ado, then I'll bring you up. Now, one thing I want to tell you all, when I have the screen full and you see me in the corner and I'm looking, I can't see your comments here on StreamYard. So if you say something, what I have to do is I have to look at the comments on my phone, and my phone's all shattered. I don't know if y'all can see that. So don't think I'm ignoring you. Family, did you hear state of California did? Yep, we talked about that. See, I told you people, I wasn't lying. Family, did you hear what my state of California did? It's legal to have a relationship with a 10-year-old or up. Actually, Sister Lisa, it's 10 years or younger. And it has to be consensual sex, and it can only be oral sex, and it can only be done through the anus. Yeah. If you don't think we're living in the last days, y'all gotta be crazy. But hopefully, I hope and pray that Trump steps in and overrides that somehow. But the papers, I believe, were on Gavin Newsom, governor of California, today or tomorrow for him to sign it off. So what they're saying is if you're 20 years old, you can have sex with a 10-year-old as long as it's anal and it's oral. And if you're 17, you can have sex with, let me think of my math here. Well, you get the picture. It's hideous and it's disgusting. And that's why we always say we're living in the last days when good becomes evil and when evil becomes good. And speaking about that, let me go ahead and share the screen and see what's going on. This is going to be a short live stream, everybody. I appreciate y'all jumping in. Truly, truly disgusting. So that means if somebody, if I'm correct in what I was reading, that means a 10-year-old boy could have anal sex with a 1-year-old child. But they have to be 10 years apart. I'm not able to share the screen. My whole screen went completely white. Oh, YouTube, Christian, conservative, at its finest. Here, you can look at it. I'm still going to show it. Completely white. I can't do nothing. Y'all see that? Bam, it's back. Okay. All right. It said, got it. Now, this one's hard to watch. This is Blazing Press. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. All right. Bam. Bam. Share audio. Bam. Share. All right. That makes more sense. Got it. Oh, we got a thumbs down already. It must be from a pedophile. Whoever gave me that thumbs down, shoot, I just got booted off again. Yeah. I believe every thumbs down we get is a pathetic piece of garbage pedophile and thinks that a conservative mind against child pedophilia upsets them. Do what you do best. Take that thumbs down and shove it up your ass, you freak. All right, here's some of I'm not sure exactly where this is at. Oh, this is Lucky's stream. Cool guy. Once again, when I blow this screen up, if you see the chat over here, that's from his chat. But once I blow the screen up, I cannot see your chat. I cannot see your chat right now. So if you say something like, hey, Justin, or locked and loaded, this and that, I don't get offended that I didn't see it. I'm not able to on this type of software. Oh, he must have turned the volume down. Oh.
Ring that bell, shout for joy, white man still is here. Gather all those.
Oh, a heads up. He plays a lot of songs that are kind of racist. But if you can see past that, he gets some really good streams. And some of the songs will crack you up.
Ring that bell, shout for joy, white man still is here. 20 million public funds already on the pier. Listen here, man, I ain't gonna get on that boat. Look like that boat leaks to me, man. Oh, man, you have the best white man ever, but here comes America for white, Africa for black. Send those apes back to the tree, ship those niggers back. Ring that bell, shout for joy, white man still.
Well, I didn't know he was going to say that. All right. You find another stream. Brother Michael Gale said, did you see that Antifa set a guy on fire? No, I definitely did not see that. I hope and pray that he did survive. But if he did survive, he's got a long road ahead of him. That's horrible. Let's just. All right, Blazing Press, which I like Blazing Press because he does give a lot of good scripture and talks about the Bible as we go on. So let's see his stream. All right, everybody. I know a lot of these screens at one time are very hard to watch, but I hear him playing some music, which I know I'm going to get another copyright strike. But until he gets back, if you want to listen to some wonderful Christian music, just music in general, and watch the best you can on these little cameras.
No speech, nor any language where their voice is not heard. Their voice, it goes out into the ends of all of the earth. Their words to the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun. It's like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion, like a champion running his race and rejoicing. From the heat of the sun, nothing can harm.
You know, it blows my mind that you see all this hatred, like this big woman. I don't know what she is. If you see my little arrow and another hefty guy, but you see all this going on in the world and all this hatred, nothing but hatred, and people being indoctrinated and being paid for what they're doing. But if you add a little bit of music to it, it's almost it's surreal. And yes, I'll get a copyright strike, but I don't care. YouTube, you can suck a big fat one. When I say a big fat one, I mean a turd. I don't mean no genitalia. So y'all re-racks, like my daughter used to say when she was 3. Daddy, re-racks, re-racks.
Perfect, reviving the soul, the ways of the Lord can be trusted, making wise the simple, the humble. The precepts of the Lord, they are right, giving joy unto.
This is almost bittersweet.
The commands of the Lord are radiant.
Real quick, normally I don't promote this, but Kelly Kabuski said, if you guys don't want to have, or if you guys don't have Steve Inman on Twitter, you're missing out on a lot of laughs. He's good. He's big old dude. I watch him all the time. So if you want to go that way, no problemo.
More precious.
And I don't take offense to it because Kelly Kabuski, that's a way of showing love and support to another channel. The more we can spread out to other audiences, brothers and sisters in Christ who just need to wake people up. I noticed when I did the stream about Grandmaster Jay, American Dream came in. I saw the comments afterwards, the video I did last night, and he was like, "Who is this? Who is this?" So a lot of people are left behind. You know, they don't know what's going on because either they don't want to go, they don't want to know what's going on, or they simply do not watch the news because they just want to close their ears, live in a bubble, and think about butterflies and snowflakes and stuff. But this is life.
They are more precious, even more than gold, sweeter than the honey from the comb. By them your servant is warned, to keep them is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Forgive all my hidden sins, and keep your servant from willful sins. May they not rule over me, O Lord.
This is nothing but pure hate. But when you put the heavenly word and music over it, it doesn't seem as brutal. But if all the speakers were on, oh my goodness.
The words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock, my redeemer, my redeemer.
Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is I did look at my phone and I see it looks pretty blurry because there's so many. So let me try to go back to Lucky and hopefully he doesn't have any nasty racist songs on there. Oh, Jeff Max live. Let's see what he's got going.
Even though it's same tournament last time, all of us was the public street, and we are citizens of this city, so it makes no sense that we don't have access and we can't protest as Americans in this American town, because that's our right. But they haven't allowed us to do that for the last 5 days. And in this exact spot, people have been gassed. They was letting off all sorts of things right here last night.
Now, people were being gassed, but it was all right when you were burning down buildings, you were smashing windows, you were beating the crap out of elderly people, men and women, young kids, mothers, you know. But, oh, I hit pause. I wanted to hit mute. But the hypocrisy is just disgusting. Once somebody stands up to BLM or Antifa, it's horrible.
Them killing a person in Rochester. We can't forget the fact that RPD killed a black man on Jefferson.
Okay, we cannot forget that our PD killed a man in Rochester who clearly had a gun, but nothing is said about the little 5-year-old that was shot and killed riding his bicycle. Nothing is said about how many people were murdered last week and last weekend in Chicago. Do they want to go to Chicago? You will not see these fools go to Chicago because Chicago doesn't want them there. What they're going through right now is a gang war. It's a turf war. They don't want all these, pardon my French, dirtbags on their streets. They make money off their streets selling drugs and gangbanging. That's why these pieces of shit don't go, and they'll just, it's just ridiculous.
Hope you hear that, News 10.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? We don't get
Thank you for the shout out, Kelly Kabuski. I'll be right back, y'all. You get to see me in my Superman underwear. I got to go take care of something real quick.
Which side are you
We on deal, son. We on deal, son.
We on the freedom side. It's fine. It's fine. They're there every day, every time. It's fine. Let's not freak out. They're there all the time.
What's that doing?
That's this stuff.
What's that doing?
All right, I'm back. What did I miss? You know what I say to BLM and Antifa that want to defund the police and first responders and everything? I think you should go into a facility like a driver's license and get a license, get an ID that says, I do not want help from the pigs, the cops, meaning first responders. So, and if whatever cell phone you have, once you dial 911 for help because your buddy got shot or you got shot, but you've been protesting F the police, defund the police, yada, 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 then once you get that call, they make that phone call, say, whoa, 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 whoa. No, I'm sorry. Good luck with your life. Pray to Jesus. Try to take care of yourself because you have struggled to defund us and we are unable to help you. But other citizens we can help because they never spewed hate. Oh, here we go. Here's some police. Tina Bailey in the house. Great to see you. Oh, you heard their new stupid chant? You don't see no riot here. Why you in riot gear? That's so lame. They're running out of words or chants. You ever seen or read the book, The Pied Piper, where he comes into town, he plays his flute, and then he goes out and all the little kids follow him? That's all Antifa and BLM are. They're nothing but a bunch of followers. They do not make. They fall for this ideology. It's a form of a cult, and I'm gonna be doing a video tomorrow that I saw AB shared with me. The type of religion that most of these um, Black Lives Matter follow. I mean, you want to talk about some witchcraft, spooky, weird crap? I'll play that tomorrow afternoon. Now, if they didn't have those fences up and they did not have those armed guards around the city building, what do you think would have happened? They would have right in there. They would have smashed all the windows. They would have looted. They'd have took freaking computers out of there. You name it. And then they're like, why are you wearing riot gear? Or, there's no riot here. Why are you wearing riot gear? Man, I tell you what, these people, their parents must be so proud. So proud. Okay, Matt Furry, Laugh Out Loud, Pied Piper was rats. There's other books, um, but you do not see the meaning of they are following people basically off of a cliff. They are following a ridiculous bullshit communist ideology. They are followers of Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They will do whatever they say. They are cannon fodder. They are collateral damage. BLM does not give two shits about Black lives at all. So had to throw that in there. I'm sure you're trolling, but you know what? Enjoy. Troll on. ALM, All Lives Matter. I agree with you on that one. You might have jumped off. Maybe I read what you said wrong. They're like a bunch of zombies. I bet they say that in their sleep. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. It's so embedded into their brains. Black Lives Matter. All right, I'll have to stop over or start over again, but I want to say hey to everybody in the chat. A lot of people in the chat, or were up to 24. If I can't say your name, I'll put it right up there. Sister Janet Bolt's in the house. Brother Sal Goodman in the house. Brother AB in or was in the house, probably asleep right now in his purple sheets. Sister Josephine Haley, good to see you. I saw you earlier on the channel right before I got off the channel. Ellie's Life, Sister Ellie's Life, great to see you from the Philippines. Everybody, if you could show her some support afterwards, look her up, subscribe to her channel. Bad Boy channel. Bad Boy, do you have a channel? I'm gonna check that out. A lot of people, I don't know if they've got channels or not. Saul Goodman. Never mind, Justin. Hope all is well. Maybe I said something. Said something wrong. I don't know. I always do. Okay, you are right. I don't know what's going on. I got AB Sister Lisa Webby, our Gulf War veteran, our wonderful sister in Christ, our African American. Can you believe that? Antifa and BLM. Lady Wolf 357 Mag versus AKA Beautiful Red Drum. That's a hell of a name right there. That's a cool name. That's got to be hell typing that name, man. Once again, Saul Goodman, Love Pugs. I know Sean Arnold's in here somewhere. Scroll down. AB, Meg's Reality TV, Sister Kelly Kabuski, Brother Michael Gale, always. Sister DB, lurking, just with the eyeballs. My kids have special needs. Yeah, you have wonderful two sons that are autistic. Sister Lisa, if you have anybody in there dogging on children that have special needs, go ahead and whack the crap out of them with the one of these, but blue. So, Brother Josh, Sean Arnold, our brother from Canada, always showing his love. What's shaking bacon? Sister Janet Bolt, boy, something must have made you laugh. I got a great picture of that guy. It just went away. I'm all the way at the bottom. Crap. I don't know. Brother Sean Arnold loves this. Loves our channel so much. I bet he would probably love to have me mail this one in. This was mine from, let's see, Locked and Loaded. You got Little Action Jackson and Big Precious on there. He signed it. We all signed it. We had a fundraiser, raised quite a bit of money. Had a good time. That'd be awesome. Sending that to Sean. All right. Without further ado, let's try this. Does anybody know if is Awake up live streaming? Because if she is, I might have to back out. I don't like stepping on toes. Not even sure. Whoa. What the hell? That was weird. Bad enough to have one locked and loaded. Brother Lewis is live. Okay. Well, I'm going to make this short and sweet. And then I'm going to bed. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? I want you all to see an awesome channel that I came across. I can find it. I would love for everybody. I'm going to play one of his videos. I would love for every single one of you all to go ahead and I'm going to play his video. which is 12 minutes long. But I want one of the mods to grab this link. And please, once you subscribe to him, I ask you to say Locked and Loaded sent me. That would be an honor to me. And I'm going to play his video. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. I hope it's going to work. Come on now. My screen's so cracked I can't even do it. Okay, let me go back to my history. Now my channel's off. What the hell?
Fox News Alert, the New York Times is reporting right now that the man investigated for the shooting death of Jay Danielson, the Patriot Prayer member killed earlier this week, is dead. The Times says an arrest warrant.
I'm gonna get his find a way to get his link because like I said, my screen is shattered here. And it's not letting me share the link. But this guy is very, very smart, very intelligent, and he only has I think he's up to 1,500 subscribers. I would love for y'all to jump in and say, hey, we're a family locked and loaded, or from LNL, showing you some support.
Was issued for Michael Forrest Reinhold, and he was killed when a federal fugitive task force moved in to arrest him. Reinhold had called himself 100% Antifa. He did an interview that aired tonight on Vice News where he talked about killing the Patriot Prayer member, allegedly in self-defense.
Yes, he alleges that he was actually shooting in self-defense. So let's read his account and try to make any sense of his account.
All right, everybody, I just was able to get his link. Once again, if you see this in the archives, please subscribe and like his channel. He's new. That was yesterday or day before yesterday. He has a thing called Cigar Fridays or Saturdays, but very, 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 very intelligent man and very strong conservative. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Every single video that I've seen that he's made is so truthful. It has just a touch of humor in it. But, I mean, you want to talk about he does some deep, deep research. So I'm going to go ahead and post a couple times. If one of the moderators can post that link maybe every 5 minutes, I would appreciate it big time. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Reporter Michael Renault was killed by federal officers. It's September 4th, 2020. I'm Stuart Allister, and it is Cigar Friday.
Fox News Alert, the New York Times is reporting right now that the man investigated for the shooting death of Jay Danielson, the Patriot Prayer member killed earlier this week, is dead. The Times says an arrest warrant was issued for Michael Forrest Reinhold, and he was killed when a federal fugitive task force moved in to arrest him. Reinhold had called himself 100% Antifa. He did an interview that aired tonight on Vice News where he talked about killing the Patriot Prayer member, allegedly in self-defense.
Yes, he alleges that he was actually shooting in self-defense. So let's read his account and try to make any sense of his account. Before he was killed by officers, an activist described shooting a Trump supporter in Portland as, quote, like the beginning of a war, close quote. Vice News said Renault spoke with a freelance reporter who shared the conversation with Vice. This is him talking. I'm seeing all these vehicles with hatred, people in the backs of the trucks yelling and screaming and swinging bats and sticks at protesters that are just standing there yelling at them, Renault said.
Complete lies. Renault said that he was basically circled by Trump vehicles and yelling and screaming they had bats. Many of us have seen the video where one guy rides up on a skateboard. The other guy says something. I believe they said black man said, there's two right there. There's two Trump supporters or whatever. And this idiot yells, where? And shot, I can't remember his name right offhand, shot him twice in the chest. But this is his account. And as many of you all know, he is no longer alive either because he got peppered with some freaking lead. Boy, they lit him up like the 4th of July. Surprised his body wasn't intact.
He said he went to help a friend who was surrounded by trucks with armed pro-Trump protesters. Quote, I saw someone that is a dear and close friend of mine in the movement by himself, basically confronting all these vehicles. Do you have the picture? He sees a friend of his, a very dear friend of him in the movement. He's being confronted by these pro-Trump, weapon-wielding Trump supporters. That's the picture he's painting. He continued, and so I let him know that I'm here, parked my vehicle, and joined up with him. Found myself in the intersection in front of the food trucks, surrounded by trucks and cars that had weapons.
Such BS. Now, when he talks about later or here in a bit about trucks with weapons, it's more satire. He's being sarcastic, but I thought it was funny.
He was surrounded by trucks and cars that had weapons. Trucks and cars that had weapons. Trucks and cars don't have weapons. Unless you're talking about James Bond. You know, when the headlights flip over and then they turn into machine guns. Well, this is real life. Then he says these trucks and cars had weapons. That is, I find that an odd statement to make. Let's continue. He said a man threatened to stab him and another protester. Quote, had I stepped forward, he said, he would have maced or stabbed me. Renault said he was, quote, confident that I did not hit anyone innocent and I made my exit. He's confident that he didn't hit anyone innocent and he made his exit. Do you know what that means? It means the Trump supporter is not innocent. He's guilty. Do you know what he's guilty of? Wrong think. How dare you wear that hat?
Yep.
Patriot, parrot, prayer. You see,
y'all realize how smart this man is? And if you haven't noticed, he's an African American. He's wide awake.
Guilty of wrong think. You don't get to think counter to Antifa, to Black Lives Matter. You can't counter their dogma or you're guilty. Let's continue. Bystanders video shows a man resembling Renault fired 2 shots at Danielson and walk away. Here's my question. Look at this. He said, confident that I did not hit anyone innocent and I made my exit. How? How did he make an exit? He was surrounded by evil Trumps and cars.
Good point.
All of these bat wielding, stick wielding, hatred vehicles that were full of weapons. How did you make an exit? And he shot a Trump supporter surrounded by Trump supporters, and they didn't move. They just stood there.
Now, if you understand what he's saying, is his account of the shooting, he was surrounded by trucks and Trump supporters with baseball bats, etc. And he felt that the man was going to harm or kill his friend. That's when he shot the 2 rounds into his chest. As we all know from the footage, there was not one Trump vehicle around him. He was by himself because he actually lived in Portland. So, but it's his hypocrisy. He's saying right now, how would he have easily made his escape if he was surrounded by Trump supporters and big old trucks, etc.? So, what I like about this guy, I'm going to play another video if y'all don't mind afterwards, and then I'm going to be jumping off. But please, I'm going to put the link in there. You will not be disappointed. This dude is so smart. Just click on that link while you have time. Sub to the channel and say Locked and Loaded family sent me. We're all family here, so that'd mean a lot to me.
In their cars and watched him walk away.
And bring that back just a hair.
How did you make an exit? And he shot a Trump supporter surrounded by Trump supporters, and they didn't move. They just stood there in their cars and watched him walk away. Does that sound plausible to you? Does it? That he can shoot someone 2 shots and then just walk away while being surrounded by Trump trucks? Sorry, it doesn't wash.
No, it don't.
I've seen the video. There are no trucks. There are literally, and I mean this quite literally, there were no trucks. Here's what happened. You hear someone yell, we got 2 of them here. 2 shots ring out. He walks away. He executed a Trump supporter because the Trump supporter was guilty of wrongthink. Now, I have bad news. At least in my opinion, it's bad news. The Proud Boys are going to be protesting. I think it's this weekend. I think that's bad news.
Real quick, if y'all hadn't seen the news, one Proud Boy yesterday was run over by an Antifa member in his pickup truck, and he is now in critical condition with possible brain damage. That happened yesterday. I heard about it on the news, and I've been searching YouTube to see if I can find it. But it was Proud Boys versus Antifa. I guess they were all in a diner eating, and some were eating outside. A couple guys were outside smoking a cigarette. And the Antifa member got in his truck and plowed one down. So if you have time tonight or whatever, just say a prayer for him. He's hopefully doesn't turn into, a vegetated state, no brain activity. He's definitely on life support.
I already know what you're thinking. Well, they have a right to protest, to peaceably assemble. You're right. They do have the right. But why? Right now, the tide is turning for Trump.
All right, everybody. I never ask this. I usually don't care. But if you can you go ahead and hit the like button? Kind of help the algorithm get up a bit. I think I've asked one time since I've had YouTube. But if you can take your time to hit the like button. I'm going to play another video of this awesome guy after this. I'll shut up.
Right now, The nation is seeing Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all of these Democrats for what they are. Now, America is getting behind Trump. Even people that don't like him have pledged to vote for him because of what's happening with Antifa. So the Proud Boys are doing more harm than good. Because let me tell you what's going to happen when the Proud Boys show up. Because this is what Antifa does. You see this? Now that's a cop. And he's being agitated by one of these Black Lives Matter Antifa activists. Now
I hate seeing that. My brother was in law enforcement. He was a police officer for 4.5 years, Daytona Beach police officer. My cousin's still a police officer for the county, Volusia County Sheriff's deputy. And to see this getting up in their faces, and they're told to stand down by their Democratic freaking mayors and governors. I tell you what, it takes a lot to hold your composure.
purposely not playing the audio because he is just yelling expletives. But do you see what he's doing there? He's taunting this officer, and the officer is showing an amazing amount of restraint. But if that officer were to push him or snatch his mask off, you know what would happen? The protester would fall to the ground. I'm being hurt by this law enforcement. They're trying to kill me. That's what they do. They agitate. You know what my cousin used to do to me? When we were kids, he would get really close to me and he would do this. And he would have his finger this close to my eyelash. And he would say, "This doesn't bother you, does it? Because technically I'm not touching you. This shouldn't bother you at all because I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you." His finger would be that close to my eyelashes. And of course, if I lashed out, a fight ensued. That's what Antifa does. They agitate and agitate and agitate until you break. And then it's your fault. They have the propaganda they needed. The guy falls to the ground, cries foul, and Brian Stelter and Don Lemon finally get their talking point. So the Proud Boys are doing more harm than good by protesting. Look, if your enemy is destroying themselves from within, why would you go stop that?
Now, I agree with him. I support the Proud Boys, but what he's saying is let them implode on themselves. If, you know, they're don't go in there and cause more riots. Sit back like we are the silent majority, Trump supporters, or, you know, you don't even have to be a Trump supporter to be the silent majority as a patriot, etc. for our country. But once again, I support Proud Boys big time, but he's right in this particular time. Proud Boys, stay out of it. Let Portland and other cities just crumble. And that's the way I believe. They should just rope off Portland. You know, get the people out that have nothing to do with it. Yes, there's plenty of conservatives in California. Get them the hell out of California. Get them out of different states. And let them run the state they want. You see how great Chaz was. Chaz and Chop, a day and a half later, they were begging for food. And how many people were shot and killed there?
They're literally, the tide is turning against Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Proud Boys, we don't need you to do this. I already know that you have the right to do it. But should you? You shouldn't. You are feeding into their narrative. Unless you can show the restraint that this officer is showing, you are going to play right into the left's hand. Don't go. Actually, right now, it's over. Because even if you don't go, Antifa or Black Lives Matter, they'll have someone dressed up looking like the Proud Boy.
Exactly. You have Antifa that infiltrates patriot rallies, etc., dressing up in red, white, and blue, carrying a flag, and turns out they're, infiltrating, and then they cause a bunch of ruckus and riots. Same thing, like you just said. You could have somebody dressed up like the Proud Boys go in there and start trouble.
And they'll pretend to be you, take pictures, and say, you see, the Proud Boys are alt-right, they're fascist, they're Trump supporters. And there's your headlines. So let me know, do you think Proud Boys should go? I think they're attending a protest in Portland is ill-advised at best. That's it for me. Until Monday, may God bless. Hey guys, I'm Stuart Allister. Thanks for hanging out. If you like this video, subscribe.
All right, everybody, I'm going to play one short video from him. And I just seen, I was trying to type. I see Sister Wake Up's in the house. And I know she's about to go live. Which one should I play? Well, here's that one that he made about the threat from our governor, or not our governor, Cuomo, the threat that he made to Donald Trump. So I'll play this one, and then I'm going to be jumping off. Once again, I'm going to continue to put his link in the chat. Please, if you do subscribe, just say Locked and Loaded sent me. Once again, I'd be very grateful and honored for you all to do so.
So Governor Cuomo sends an unveiled threat to President Trump. It's September 3rd, 2020. I'm Stuart Allister, and this is the evening edition. Governor Cuomo.
Real quick, Wake Up, please drop your link in the chat as many times as you want, because I'm going to keep putting the link in for this guy's chat, his channel.
Trump had better have an army to protect him if he comes to New York City.
Did you hear that threat?
Governor Cuomo, Trump had better have an army to protect him if he comes to New York City.
Sounds like a threat to me, Walt. If you and I were to say something like that, we'd have the Secret Service and the FBI banging down on our door. How he gets away with this crap, I have no idea.
President Trump is ordering the federal government to begin the process of defunding New York City and 3 other cities where officials allow lawlessness, protest.
Not to stop this, but if you all live in New York City and you want to continue to live in New York City, if you're a conservative or you're a liberal that doesn't agree with what's going on, the best ammunition you have is your vote. You have to vote him out.
And cut police budgets amid rising violent crime. the Post can exclusively reveal. Get this. President Trump says, you know what? You want to defund the police? Fine. We're going to defund your city.
Bam!
You won't do anything to stop the violence. You won't take any measures against these violent protesters, these violent rioters. So guess what? You're not getting a dime from the feds. Brilliant, President Trump. Thank you. Trump on Wednesday signed a 5-page memo ordering all federal agencies to send reports to the White House Office of Management and Budget that detail funds that can be redirected. New York City, Washington, D.C., Seattle, and Portland are initial targets as Trump makes law and order a centerpiece of his re-election campaign after months of unrest and violence following the May killing of George Floyd by Minnesota police. Please stop with the George Floyd narrative. This has nothing to do with that.
Amen. Exactly. When I heard him say that, I was like, bam, he is on point.
These are people who see an opportunity to divide and conquer. Here's my issue. You have a governor making a unveiled threat to a sitting president. How does that sit with you? Look at this. Quote, he better have an army if he thinks he's going to walk down the street in New York. New Yorkers don't want to have anything to do with him, the Democrats said, all but threatening the commander-in-chief. But how does that sit with you? Understand, this is not some YouTuber. This is not a blogger. This is not a journalist. This is a governor of a state threatening a sitting president. But Cuomo, who like Trump hails from Queens, wasn't done. Quote, he can't have enough bodyguards to walk through New York City. People don't want to have anything to do with him. Close quote.
I saw a journalist go in today and walk the streets of New York City, and I believe out of everyone they interviewed, maybe a couple of them didn't want Trump to come back to New York or whatever. The rest of them were like, yes, we love Trump. There's so many Trump supporters in New York. Cuomo's so freaking delusional, just like his idiot brother. When you hang around, like when you lay with dogs, you get fleas. Well, when all you do is hang around Democrats, etc., and you pay no attention to the American people, then you actually believe what he's saying. He believes that no one in New York loves Trump. Well, sad to say, bud, a lot do. And I have a feeling that you're going to get elected, voted out. And like I said, your best ammunition if you live in a Democratic state, a Democratic city, a mayor, vote your governor out, vote your mayor out. That's the only thing you can do.
Did you hear that?
Legally.
That? He can't have enough bodyguards. Really? The president of the United States can't have enough bodyguards. There has to be something that can be done, censure, something from the, I don't know, the board of governors, I don't know. But when a sitting governor threatens a sitting president, you should have to pay for that.
Yes.
You should have to pay for that. At the end of his call, Cuomo, apparently sensing how his remarks about Trump could be seen as threatening, attempted to walk them back. Quote, my comment about president and bodyguards in New York City, all I'm saying is that he is persona non grata in New York City. And I think he knows that. And he'll never come back to New York because New Yorkers will never forget how gratuitously mean he has.
Do you all, real quick, I know you all going to jump off here. You all realize how famous Trump was when he lived in New York? And there's well documented over 200 rap songs about Trump. I want to be rich like Trump, this and that, blah, 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 blah. He hung out with Oprah Winfrey. He hung out with all celebrities. But once he became president, they all turned their back on him and said they hated him. Even Hillary Clinton, there's pictures of her hugging Trump, etc. The hypocrisy, it makes no sense why they all turn their back. You know, you got the globalists, the deep state, etc. And maybe they were told, hey, do not go up and, your career. Well, that's the sad thing, too. An actor or a football player, screw football right now, a baseball player, whatnot, sticks up for our president, his career is gone. It's just ridiculous. Couple more minutes, everybody, and I'm going to get off here and pass the torch on to Sister Wake Up. And thank you all for hanging out and listening. And once again, I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you hadn't subscribed to this guy, I'm telling you what, you will not be disappointed. I love the way he puts everything in detail. I love his the way his outlook, his conservative outlook. He's spot on, and he ain't scared either. It takes a lot of balls, pardon my French, to be right now be an African American starting up a YouTube channel and denouncing certain platforms like Black Lives Matter, Antifa, etc. So I applaud him.
Has been to New Yorkers and how many times he's tried to kill the city that gave him his start and birthed him. That's what I meant about the bodyguards. Sorry, Cuomo. You don't get to walk that back. You made a threat to a sitting president. I'm wondering, how does the Secret Service see this? Because they take threats like this seriously.
Yep.
What do you think they're thinking? More to the point, what about people like this? Antifa, quote, commander, close quote, with flamethrower burst into tears during arrest, cops say. So
I tell you what, if you're a member of Antifa, I swear that your dad and mom or your mom and dad are brother and sister. Because every Antifa freaking mugshot I've ever seen, they look like a prodigy from an incest pregnancy. This guy looks, they all look, I mean, no offense, I'm Christian or whatever, but when they come to the gene pool, they got screwed. Because there are some ugly mofos that are a part of Antifa.
You've got these Antifa wackos running around with flamethrowers. Look at this guy. Unhinged, whacked out of his mind. What do you think? How do you think it plays with men like this? There are thousands of them. When a sitting governor threatens the president of the United States, what do you think the Antifa commander thinks as he walks around with a flamethrower? Particularly when you have DAs that won't prosecute. Understand the landscape of what's happening here. You got wacko rioters conspiring with wacko DAs. The wacko rioters commit violence, shooting, burning, murder. The DA, the wacko DA, won't prosecute. They interrupt police business. The DA still refused to prosecute, to the tune of they allow one protester to go free. A few days later, the protester stabs to death 2 people because the wacko DA let him go.
See, this is some of the stuff you don't hear on mainstream media. I didn't know about the stabbing till when I watched this earlier today or last night.
So now you got these wacko DAs and these wacko rioters conspiring together. That's the political climate we are in when Cuomo starts sending a sitting president threats. Sorry, he does not get to walk this back. Not in my opinion. There has to be something. He's got to pay some sort of political capital. This is like insane now. Not good. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, God bless.
Well, once again, if you liked what you heard from him, here I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time and send it. And like I said, if you click on and you subscribe, I'm telling you what, you're not going to be, this is a channel that you would absolutely love to have in your subscription list. This guy is awesome, and he doesn't hold back. He says it like it is. And I got permission from him to give him a shout out as well. So YouTube, if you try to give me a copyright strike, you can suck a big fat one. Because I was given permission already. Yeah. All right. Fayette in the house. Sister Janet Bolt. Okay. We have Sister Wake Up with her link right there. If y'all want to join her. She hadn't started already. Corey says, Nazi Pelosi says rules are for thee, but not for me. Oh my gosh. And they believe that. That's the problem with these global elitists and these rich people. They believe that the laws do not pertain to them. That's why they want this one world government, so they can be kings and queens over their land. So it's insane. All right, Sean Arnold. I'm sure you're going to jump over to Wake Up's channel. Wake Up one more time if you're still here. If you want to drop your link at the bottom. Scott Miller, what's shaking bacon? Thumbs up to you as well. Love pugs. I am off here. I'm going to have to get a different chair because, to be honest with y'all, we're like family here, right? When I sit on this thing for about an hour, my butt hurts. Thanks, Justin. No idea on start until you finish your live. Well, I'm shutting it down now. Now my sisters have to pay more to get that weave done. It takes 8 hours. 8 hours! Holy crap. 8 hours to get a weave done? That's unbelievable. That joke's so played out. Well, sorry to hear that, Sister Lisa Webby. I was thinking about getting a weave myself. Maybe some long, luscious blonde hair like AB and just swing it around. But I can't sit in a chair for 8 hours. But we love you all. Take care. See you next time. Locked and loaded. Everybody, I'll tell you what. Brother Sean, huge part of this channel. We all love you. And there's a Wake Up's link. And I'm jumping off here. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight and always. Stay locked and loaded to protect your family because shit's about to get real.